DJI Ronin S. It's a brand new gimbal stabilizer for DSLRs and mirrorless cameras. Now, you might be familiar with the Ronin M. I've been using that for quite a while to shoot a lot of video projects, but I was very, very excited to get my hands on this because DJI products are awesome and I was excited to just try it out. Now, if you're not familiar with what a stabilizer is, it's essentially something that just stabilizes your footage. I guess it's in the name, but a gimbal is a stabilizer for your camera that's going to stabilize your footage when you move and allow you to get those super smooth cinematic shots. So it's going to allow you to move around, to walk around, to run around, whatever you like, and it's going to just smooth out that footage and give you nice cinematic results. So when you first open this thing up, it comes in this awesome case. Now, if you're familiar with DJI products at all, you'll know about these cases. They're like a pyrofoam, awesome case that everything comes in. They're really well made, especially for what is essentially packaging for a product. And they are easily something that you could keep your system in and actually transport it around. It's got this handle on, it's got this kind of locking mechanism. Super, super handy. So I was really impressed with that. Something else that I was super impressed with as soon as we got it were these legs at the bottom. So they actually just come off, they just fold up and come off, but they're part of the kit that comes with it. So it just means that you've got something that you could just use essentially like a tripod to just sit it down. So when they're out like that, you can just rest it down. Simple, but really, really handy in practice. So when you're actually out shooting, because there's a little bit of weight to this, you can just pop it down with no worries. It's nice and safe. It also means that when you're balancing the camera on top of the gimbal, you can have it with the tripod legs out. You don't have to worry about having a stand or having something holding it up. It's really, really handy. Now, talking of balancing the camera, if you're not familiar with a gimbal again, that's gonna be something that is unfamiliar to you. So you actually have to balance the camera on top of the gimbal. And a better balanced camera is going to give you better results. It means the motors don't have to work as hard to actually stabilize the camera. It's just going to lead to much better end footage. So it's actually pretty straightforward. You've essentially got three axes you need to balance. You've got the roll, the tilt, and the pan axes. And it's all just controlled from up here. It's a completely toolless system that they designed. So there's just little things that you tighten and loosen to be able to move things until the camera sits balanced on top of the gimbal. Now, I had no problem with the Canon 1DX Mark II or the Nikon D850, both of which are fairly heavy cameras. Now, it's got a maximum weight capacity of 3.6 kilograms, which is pretty generous and allows you to put quite a bit on there, but it had no issues with what we were putting on there, and it allowed us to get footage like this. Now it allows you to get some really, really nice looking, smooth, cinematic results without having to resort to things like stabilization in post, which can go a bit wrong and get that wobbly effect, or slow motion as well, which can often get that same effect. But if you want it at normal speed, this is a great tool for videographers and for filmmakers. So it's also got some awesome things built straight into the gimbal itself. So for example, it connects to cameras via a cable, and then it's got this follow focus on the side here. Now, with compatible cameras, that allows you to control the focus just on the side. And I can't tell you how awesome that is, that it's built into the gimbal. So in the past, what you'd have to do if you want to shoot on a gimbal and be able to control the focus is either use autofocus, which can often have undesired results, buy and set up a completely separate follow focus system and maybe even have someone else pulling focus, which is not ideal, or play the old game of setting your focal point and then trying to maintain the exact same distance from your subject, which can also have undesired results. So being able to control it just here is awesome. That's such a nice thing to have. You can also take it off and mount it on the other side if you want to be holding it with your other hand. If you've got a particular arm that you're strong with and you want to be able to do that, then you can do that. But it's a really, really nice thing to have built into the gimbal as opposed to something else you have to get. You've also got the other nice DJI touches like the record button on the gimbal, the joystick, the mode button, and the trigger, which allows you to do different things. So to lock the motion, center the camera, or turn it 180 degrees so it's facing you, depending on how many times you press it. And something else that's really nice with DJI products is the ability to get the DJI app to help control your item. So in this case, you can control it from your phone, you can set it up from your phone, and you can adjust different things. There's also other really cool features you can set up within the app, like a hyperlapse mode, a motion lapse, so you can control the motion and get that really nice look to things because it's motorized, it's all gonna be perfect, and it looks really, really nice. So the only other thing to think about with the Ronin S is just the weight, and this is gonna be something that occurs with every single gimbal out there. It's just the nature of what they are. They are a little bit weighty to hold, but that's what DJI have thought about with these tripod legs. So it allows you to safely put it down between takes and have a breather, swap hands, anything like that. That's also something else they've thought about with being able to change that follow focus to the other side, is that you can use whichever arm you're more comfortable with, and you've got that tripod to just put it down. I can't explain to you. That's so nice to be able to put it down, have a breather between shots. A really lovely addition. So as I mentioned before, I've been looking forward to the Ronin S for a long time, and I was not disappointed at all. As with almost every DJI product I've ever tried, it just feels really, really nice. The grips feel nice, the buttons feel nice. It's just a lovely feeling thing. Even the follow focus, the way it turns, it's just got enough weight. It just feels really, really nice. And I just really like it. It's a really handy thing to be able to take around, especially with that case. You can take it around, it's very portable as well. Lovely, lovely gimbal to be able to use. It's also worth noting that the shape of it means it can get into tighter spaces, which some of the bigger systems can't, and it means it's really versatile as to the kinds of shots you're going to be able to get, but they're always smooth and just really, really nice. I hope you found this all helpful. If you have any questions, pop them down in the comments below. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you in the next video, and as always, thanks for watching.